Well, just a tremendous player for them, and a discipline situation that Coach Ramsey felt like he had to take care of. I really commend him for that. We have to play whoever we play against. Those things can go either way, Robin. You know, sometimes the remaining players that are there, they decide to pick it up and say, hey, listen, this is my chance to shine. And they came out strong. They came out very strong and played us very tough through the opening half.
Yep, it was 27-21 at halftime. Here you see some buckets inside. You've been going early to the big fella, Matt Steenbrook, and it's been working most of the time.
Yeah, it has. We've tried to take the ball inside to both him and Flynn, get that part of things established. You know, in football, it's kind of like getting the run established to set up the pass. We want to try and do the same thing when it comes to basketball. Establish the inside, make them take care of that. Hopefully that gets us some more open shots from the perimeter as the game progresses.
Good defensive effort by Western Michigan. You held them to 36% shooting.
Defense and rebounding was really what took care of things for us in this game. We really did a terrific job of rebounding. It was something we were concerned about. We had been getting out rebounded in some previous games, and we wanted to get back to our brand of basketball, which is physical.
Also did well at the line in this game, 18 out of 22. You'll take that every night.
Every night, every night. I'd love to go 24 for 26. As a matter of fact, the more we can shoot, the better. You know, the thing about free throws, it's a very underrated part of the game, and I don't mean making it. Obviously it's important that you make your free throws, but just getting to the free throw line is extremely important because it allows you to get your defense set. You're not in defensive transition. You don't have to find your opponent as they're running up the floor. It's a very underrated part of the game.
There you see, it was a tight game, tied at 21 in the first half. But the Broncos able to pull away towards the end of the first half and open up that 6-point lead. But in this game, you had career highs at the time for Matt Steenbrook, who had 17, and Nate Hutchison, who had 16. Nate was really active in this game. There you see him getting up on the glass and putting one back up and in.
Yeah, just a tremendous game by both of those guys, and really, in particular with Hutch. I thought he played terrifically. He was one of the guys that coming out of that previous game did not do a good job of rebounding. He was very active in this game.
All right, so the Broncos on top by 6 at the break, and then things take off for you. You open up a 22-point lead.
Yeah, I thought we started the first half, the second half. I thought we started with great energy, did a great job defensively. We were able to put a dagger in them. And in previous games, it was a situation where when we got teams down, we oftentimes let them back. In this game, defensive play such as that against Nate Hutchison, who's able to run the floor very well, it seems like he's chased down a lot of those shots this year and made plays. Just a tremendous play. There's
Demetrius Ward going to the basket. He does that so well. He was in double figures, finished with 10. D. Ward's been probably your most consistent player right through the season to this point.
He's been very consistent through the season, and certainly in MAC play. After 5 games in the Mid-American Conference, he's our leading scorer. He's certainly a guy that has my trust. That's a guy that I want in the game at the point in time. There's another player right there that has been very consistent for us, even though he has not received a ton of minutes. Mohamed Kante had a great defensive game against Eastern.
You know what you're going to get with Mo. He's going to come in there, he's going to play great defense, he's going to take up space in the post, and he's going to get you some rebounds and bang some bodies.
He's a beast. The more physical the game, the better off he likes it. Does a great job of rebounding for us, setting good screens. He's given us some very valuable minutes. We kind of got a two-headed monster there, and 2 very different players between Matt Steenbrook and Mohamed Kante.
We see Steenbrook finishing at the rim and knocking down the M1, and Western Michigan starting to pull away from the Eagles here midway through the second half.
Well, again, we were able to take the ball inside. That's what Matt did really well in this game. He had great poise inside when he got the ball, recognized single coverage versus double coverage, and was able to knock down some big shots. And then Brandon Pokley played a very good game in this one as well.
And you're going to need him more here down the stretch with David Brown deciding to redshirt with that ankle problem.
Yeah, very important for us now. Polk and Alex Wolf coming off the bench, Juwan Howard Jr. All three of those guys are going to have to play big minutes for us as we progress through the rest of conference play.
Two more of Stainbrook's team high 17 points, and the Broncos getting it done. You out-rebounded them 46-30.
Yeah, again, I thought it was just a terrific. I know they didn't have Brandon Bowdry, but still we did the things that we wanted to do. There's a difference between putting up numbers, whether it be scoring or rebounding, and playing well. Major difference, and we played well in this game. We didn't just rebound the ball. We didn't just out-rebound them 46-30. We did what we needed to do to get those rebounds, to secure those rebounds. You see Kansas getting knocked off at home. You see Duke getting knocked off at Florida State. There are games all around in the country that have some head scratchers, and we fell victim to the game at Toledo. They played great, we didn't, and they deserved that win.
So you come out at home and try and rebound against the Northern Illinois Huskies, and what happens? They go on a 10-0 run to start the game.
Yeah, and we didn't come out flat. We really did play well. And we really did play hard. The problem was right here. We turned the ball over. We turned the ball over too much. We had some questionable shot selection, and then we just didn't get the ball to drop several times. And some of the decisions, Matt Stainbrook right there had single coverage on the post. Should have went to work on him. Instead, he chose to pass the ball back out. We had to call timeout. They got off to a hot start, and then we had to start talking to the guys about some of the things that we did.
Scary thing was they got off to a hot start, and it was their complimentary players, not their NBA prospect, that was getting it done for them. Xavier Silas didn't figure in really early in the game.
No, he didn't. And we turned the ball over. It's easy for those complimentary players to get involved if they're shooting layups. If they're getting steals, they become a very important part of what a team does. It's very important that you make teams play in the half court against you. Then you have a chance at guarding the star players such as Toller and Xavier Silas. But when you turn the ball over, when you have bad shot selection, that allows them to rebound, get out and run, and let those other players become a factor also.
The thing I liked about this was your team didn't try to make it up in one possession. They grinded out the rest of the first half and got it to 6 points at the break.
Really grinded it out the rest of the game. And we have been here before. The one thing about this team, as maddening as they can be at times for me to deal with and for us to watch, I'm sure our fans have problems watching us at times. We've been down huge before. We were down 25 against Troy in the Utah State tournament, came back, tied up the ball game. We've also been up 19 like we were at Towson, and came back and won. We were up and down. I thought, by the way, that was a huge turning point in the game. Bernard Whitfield saving that ball to Alex and then ping-ponging it over to Demetrius. That kind of got us going from an energy standpoint.
Well, the thing that has helped this team go all season long has been the balance you've had. And how about 5 in double figures in this game?
Yeah, we really got back to our identity. Other than those first opening minutes there where we turned the ball over, as we talked about, and we had some poor shot selection, I thought we did a really nice job of sharing the ball. I thought we played a lot harder. You see guys on the floor for it, including Matt Stainbrook at 6'10", 280. I thought our post players had poise, and then I thought our shooters on the perimeter had great shot preparation.
There you saw Bernard Whitfield, who had a nice game, had 15 points for Western Michigan, and Juwan Howard Jr., great to see him back after the injury against the Ball State Cardinals on the road earlier.
He's still not 100%. I mean, we're trying to get Juwan back, but we're in this stretch where we play 5 games in 4 games in 10 days, and it's a difficult stretch to go through, and so Juwan's been having to rehab a lot and hasn't been able to get on the practice floor a lot. We need this upcoming break that we're going to get.
All right, so we move to the second half. Western Michigan down 40-34 as we move to second half highlights Saturday against Northern Illinois, and the Broncos come out and outscore them in the second half and get the victory, but it went right down to the final second before this one was decided. Here's Stainbrook in the low post, and he's just tough to handle. Toller doesn't have the length.
Well, the game was full of mismatches for us, mismatches for them. And from our standpoint, for quite a while, Tim Toller, their post player, is also their best three-point shooter. So that pulls Matt Stainbrook away from the basket, which he is not comfortable doing defensively. On the other end of the floor, however, he has to guard Matt Stainbrook, and that is a difficult thing to deal with for them. So it was a war. It was a war back and forth, very physical game. Here you see that matchup with Toller on Stainbrook, and Matt's just bigger than he is.
He is, and he wouldn't be denied there. He missed the first shot, got his own miss, and put it back up and in. And so here you are, tied at 46. This is Toller down in the low post, away from where he's comfortable, down at the three-point line, and that fuels a fast break opportunity for Western Michigan, and Demetrius Ward finishes at the other end. Ward had another double-figure game, 15 points for D. Ward.
Yeah, great game, and then Alex Wolf here just caught fire. I mean, he was at a key point. We started to pull away and did a number of good things. We were trying to run something specifically here. Alex saw something open, stopped behind the screen, drilled a three. We had run a play right before that where he hit a three. It was great to see Alex's confidence back.
He was one of those 5 in double figures. He was 5 of 7, shooting 4 of 6 from behind the three-point line, finished with 14 points. And what a spark he provided. And that really set you on pace to pick up this victory. Here he is driving to the basket for a bucket.
Well, we're used to seeing those other 3 possessions where Alex is shooting a 3 and doing a great job there, but you're not used to seeing him blow by another guard. And he was able to get to the rim. I thought he was going to miss the layup. He was so surprised to be there.
So Western Michigan continue to battle with the Huskies, and down to the post you go to Stainbrook. He's got a variety of shots. I don't think he was even looking at the basket when he threw that one in.
You know what, Robin? He's like a pitcher that releases the ball from a lot of different angles. And he's a tremendous passer, as you just saw right there. You know, in Toledo game, we did not do a great job of responding to their double teams. And Coach Farmer, Larry Farmer, has done a terrific job with Flanard Whitfield and Matt Stainbrook in particular. Those are the guys that have been getting double teamed. And you had seen Matt Stainbrook do a great job of passing the ball. And then here's Hutch, you know, with just a tremendous play going to the rim. I thought he was going to go up and shoot a little short jumper, and then he just kept reaching out and poked it on the kid.
He is so athletic, and he soared to the rim and slammed it home, and the game was tied. This was a big basket here by Stainbrook, as he was able from a bad angle to get that ball in the rim.
Yeah, I don't know if he has a bad angle. We had run an out-of-bounds play specifically to try and get the ball to either him or Demetrius. Hutch made a good decision in throwing the ball directly into him, and he was able to get that shot at the time we needed it.
But they come right back, and they're able to tie this thing up at 80, as we'll see. Here's a scramble. This was a great play by Alex Wolf to come up with that loose ball, and you had the possession in it.
Yeah, huge play. That's what we call a 50-50 ball. There's a 50% chance that we can get it, 50% chance they can get it. Alex comes up with it. We have the possession. We're able to get a good shot off.
But then Silas ties it at 80 with that triple, and Western Michigan has the final possession. You set up a play out of bounds on the far side for Demetrius Ward.
Yeah, we got the ball to Demetrius right here and ran a high pick and roll between him and Stainbrook, and you'll see Demetrius drive to the rim, but Stainbrook's man had to come over and help out, which allowed him to shake loose for that offensive rebound and the putback.
Tapped it in for the winner, and Western Michigan defeats the Northern Illinois Huskies 82-80 at University Arena, finishing up the first round of play through the MAC West at 3-2.